where being at home is a state of mind. When we're feeling at ease or in tune with ourselves, it's easier for us to avoid the bad stuff. Today's conversation is with Carolyn Molnar. She's the author of What? You're a Medium, which was published in September 2020. Carolyn, in the book, you say that your job as a psychic medium is to provide hope. So I'd like to just read a little snippet from the book, if you don't mind. People seek us out because they are grieving, and many times they are trying to understand the emotional, intellectual, or spiritual pain that has been dealt them. So we seek to comfort the hopeless and encourage the discouraged. I think that's really beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
What great work that is.
It's quite a responsibility at times, but I'm just driven to do it. I can't help myself.
Yeah. Yay, I'm glad.
When you leave somebody feeling better than when they came, you feel like you've done something important.
Absolutely.
And I honestly believe we're here to help others, to serve. Mm-hmm. That's what I think is leading a very full life. So I'm very grateful that I can do this for others.
Sure. And thank you for doing your work. So in the book that you did with your husband, you collaborated on, Ben Gleiser, you have a lot to say about people who, you have a lot to say about avoiding mediums who don't do that kind of service. And
I don't call them mediums. I call them psychic scammers.
They are. I know. I was going to put it in quote marks. So it's just such a, you hear those stories, you see signs all over the place, and I don't know that everyone has that sureness within themselves, sort of that radar, to avoid, that kind of bad energy. So for people who may have a desire to connect with someone from the spirit world, would you provide some advice on finding a true light worker?
Okay, so what I can do is I can tell you the things to watch for psychic scams. And if any of these show up in a reading, you get up and you walk out.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome. So now switching glasses so I can actually see what I wrote. All right. Here are the warning signs. The psychic says you're cursed, and they can only remove the curse. And that usually takes a lot of money. Yours.
Mm-hmm. So get out of there.
Get out.
Run away.
The psychics say your loved one is in pain, and only they can heal the pain. So let me just say something about that. Mediums who are not trained don't understand what they are experiencing. I've had heart palpitations. I've been deaf in one ear for a moment. I've had my finger pricked by spirit. I've actually had a heart attack, but it wasn't mine, it was theirs. And if a psychic medium doesn't understand that spirit is just giving the psychic medium evidence of their health, their passing, they may say, oh, your spirit person is in pain. When actually they're not. They're just saying, this is how I pass, or I'm diabetic, or, So.
Oh, wow.
The spirit world is so much better off over there than we are here. Just number one. So get out if you hear that. The psychic wants a ridiculous amount of money for a session. It goes both ways. Be aware of the psychics who want $10 readings. You go in, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, for $250, I can do X, Y, Z. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, that didn't work. For another $1,000, it needs a stronger whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's a scam. The psychic says you need more sessions to clear up your problem. No, you don't. I say to my clients every 6 months. There was an exception when I had somebody come in whose significant other had passed. She was diabetic, and she was a juvenile diabetic. So she passed at age 32, and she got to the point where she was just so tired of her diabetes. She just wanted to live life, and she lived life to the fullest. Well, when she came in, she had just passed like maybe 2 weeks prior, and I couldn't get her. And I said, let me tell you, I can get your mother, I can get your uncle, I can get your brother, I can get all these people, but she's not there. She's not well enough. She has to get her energy back up. Give her 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
You can decide if you want to come back and see me. There was no push. Well, he did. He came back, and she was bouncing off the walls. She was just full of life, so much fun, crazy busy, and it was because she needed the rest to bring her energy level back up to the spirit level, because when you're sick for so long,
Mm-hmm.
you know it affects your own energy. So, okay. The psychic says you must buy their mystical trinkets. For $200, this candle will clear your energy. Go to the dollar store, buy a candle, and just put the intention on it. It'll be fine. It'll do exactly the same thing. That's all they've done is put an intention on the candle. Well, you're more powerful. You have more desire to get something done. Put that intention on the candle. You can do it all by yourself. A lot less money. The psychics tell you not to share their information with anyone. Now, this is really sneaky. I had a gal who said, you know, I'm getting in touch with you because I had a horrendous reading. You know, she told me that I needed to give her $5,000 in order for me to clear her energy. She had curses, more than one, and it would require a lot of work on this psychic part to get this clear. I said, don't do it. $5,000, don't do it. Mm-hmm. So, and then on top of it, the psychic said, now don't tell anybody I've asked you to do this.
Wow.
Right? So that, you know, they're isolated. They can't share their concerns with other people. That is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's wrong, so wrong.
Mm-hmm. And who is this person telling somebody not to share it with whomever?
Here's the thing. A lot of, not a lot, but there are some clients who are feeling very vulnerable. Mm-hmm. So they have a tendency to naturally give their power away. And what I'm trying to teach people is hold on to your own power, believe in yourself, be more self-aware. You are in charge. Don't let anybody else be in charge. Mm-hmm. A psychic is only someone who could suggest, but it's up to the client to decide whether or not they want to do it.
Right.
And at the very end, the psychic tells you have no power.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's the last of it.
Which is the opposite of truth.
It's so awful. And, you know, it makes me crazy because these people make it harder for the legitimate ones to do their work, because we're always trying to prove ourselves that what we're doing is real. Mm-hmm. So please, out there, please be careful. I have somebody, it was actually written in the Toronto Star, which is a national paper in Canada. Mm-hmm. It was a lawyer, and he was duped out of a six-figure amount of money by the psychic. And you know what? This psychic was prosecuted.
Good.
Yeah. It was in the paper. A lot of people feel embarrassed about being duped, being taken for granted. They feel, stupid. Mm-hmm. They have issues with their self-esteem. It's even more so. It goes underground. It's not reported. Mm-hmm. So I will say to people when they tell me their horror stories, I say, call the police. This is fraud. Mm-hmm. Well, no, I just won't do it again. So
and so the perpetrator can go on and continue to do those crimes.
Yes. They are crimes.
So how do people get a hold of you if they want to get your books or your CDs or even look into getting a reading?
Well, thank you. Everything is on my website. The only place you can actually buy my book, What You're a Medium, is from my website. And that is carolynmolnar.com. That's CarolynMolnar.com. And all of it's there. You can book a session online. You can get books, CDs. I also have a whole bunch of blogs for information. And I also have a YouTube channel. So if you're interested, hit me up there. I've got over 350 clips of me talking all things spiritual. And actually, it's driven by the questions that people send me.
Mm-hmm. You get a lot of questions?
Yes, I do. I really do. And I try to address as many as I can on YouTube so that way they can, gain some knowledge.
Do people send them to you via email from your website? Is that how you
all
get?
All of the above. Instagram and my website is the best. There's a contact page.
Okay.
They can send their questions to me.
Right. Well, great. Well, those were really great examples, great advice, Carolyn. So thank you very, very much. And I'm really enjoying your book. It's been a lot of fun to read. I read it every spare chance, every spare minute I have. Like I'm here. Oh, I don't have to take my shower just yet. So it's been really fun. I really appreciate it.
And thank you for the opportunity to speak to your listeners and viewers. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Kat.
It's wonderful having you on, and we'll do it again sometime.
I look forward to it.
Okay, same here. Until next time, thanks for joining us.
At Home Radio, creator and presenter, Kate Jones. Music, video, produced by Jonathan, the producer.